Okay, welcome everyone. We are live. This is the Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time here in the United States, DubLi Help Hangout for the DubLi members here. I have with me Mr. Richard Beck. Richard, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Doing great.
All right, good. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. We'll get started here in a little bit. As we mentioned last week, the topics are a little bit off, but we went ahead and left them up there. It's just one last one for the end of the month, but it's a pre-summer special. I think this was supposed to be in May, is my guess. But we'll continue with it, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But welcome, viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight here in the United States. We do these hangouts twice a week, this time period, 7 to 7:30 or so p.m. Central Time here in the United States on Tuesday nights. There's always a topic. And again, like I mentioned earlier, tonight's topic is pre-summer special. We also do these hangouts on Saturday mornings from 10 to about 10:20, 10:30. That's strictly a questions and answer period. And if you're watching this hangout here at DubLiHelp.com, below this broadcast window, you'll see a list of all of the hangouts and the topics. And right below all of those is a link where you can submit a question that can come up, we can talk about on our Saturday morning sessions. The hangouts that we do here at DubLiHelp.com are designed strictly for the shopping experience. This is not the work at home or make money with DubLi. This is the shopping experience side of DubLi, how to maximize your cashback experience utilizing the DubLi cashback system and all their tools. Now, Richard and I were just speaking briefly in the pre-hangout about we've been talking for the last several weeks, months actually, about the rollout, DubLi's new rollout of all their new products or service products, their toolbar, their new phone app, and back office and shopping malls. And that's due to start on April Fool's Day, April 1st. Now, I don't think that was thought out too much, but that's okay. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is none of it's materialized yet because we're not there yet. So I've got a little bit of information update. I'll get to that later on in this broadcast. But these hangouts are designed strictly for the shopping experience. So as we get into the hangout tonight, we can share with you how we work in the back office and do some screen shares and so forth, knowing that most of that's going to be upgraded in the month of April. And we'll get to that here in just a little bit. One of the things we also do here at these hangouts at DubLiHelp.com on these hangouts is as we let people gather in, we talk really kind of just a few minutes about current events. And Richard, anything particular you want to chat about? We got the elections going on, and other than that, here in the United States, and that's a lot of mudslinging going around. So
I'm gonna say there's a ton of mud to be slung.
What was that?
I said there's a ton of mud to be slung.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I don't really pay too much, attention to it, but as we get close to these conventions, which are just really I guess both these conventions are like they're about 90 days away. Mm-hmm. They're in I think they're in the end of July. They're into July. Yeah, because the primaries and the states voting ends June 30th. The state of Washington or Washington, D.C. is the very last. And but California, I think I've always eyed California. It's not too hard to figure out, but they've got at least on the Republican side 147 delegates get decided on the night of California. And right now, whoever gets that state is most likely going to get the nomination, or at least very much, especially if it's Trump, it's going to solidify. Yeah. But I've really kind of looked at, I think Trump can get it before California, believe it or not. But I think it's going to boil down to the night of the California caucus. And honestly, I want to say that's in June, first part of June. So we've got all of April and all of May, to continue with this nonsense, and then until, first part of June. And and see what happens. And you know, I hear, here's the other thing too, and we can stop the politics after this, but I have some very reliable sources that believe that this Hillary issue about these emails is going to materialize in the next 60 days, maybe even a lot sooner than that. I mean, it could be almost any day. You know, either they drop it and forget all about it, or they indict her. Yeah. But they don't want to. They don't want to run up into this election. You know, they want something to happen, either yay or nay. You know, before the fist really starts swinging, because they don't want to be blamed for, you know, stopping it.
Well, I mean, if
that's exactly what
she got nominated and then got pulled out because of a criminal offense.
Yeah.
I mean, they just wasted their shot. So I'm sure the Democrats want to get it over with. Just take the pain out of it.
You know, there's been another rumor floating around that for them to, you know, if she pulls out for another reason, then I think the heat's off, so to speak. That's just my gut feeling. Like if she withdraws for health reasons, or she withdraws because of, you know, Bill gets sick or something, or, you know, some other reasoning, then all of a sudden, you know, the heat's off, I think.
Yeah.
Because they basically accomplished what they were going to do anyway. You know, now it doesn't matter whether she gets indicted or not, but they're going to, you know, the FBI, I've been told that if they don't indict her, you know, there's going to be a mass exodus out of the FBI.
Yeah, if they don't indict her, they got to let Pretorius and everybody else off the hook.
Yeah.
But if they do indict her, they got to go after Colin Powell, because he did the same nonsense.
But it's more than that, though. You know, it's the server, the server and the stuff like that. It isn't so much the, you know, but when they start giving immunity to people,
yeah,
they have to indict somebody. Somebody's going to get indicted.
Yeah.
No one's going to get him.
Yeah, no one of our staff's already got immunity to testify, so you know it's bad enough that they cut a deal.
Yeah, nobody gets, no federal judge is going to grant immunity to somebody without an indictment imminent.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean she's the one that's going to be indicted. But if an indictment isn't imminent, then no one's getting immunity.
Yeah.
All the immunity does, all they want from the immunity, what I've been told, immunity is to substantiate what they already have. Yeah. So we'll see. See what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get on with this and get through here. So tonight's topic is summer special. You got any plans for the summer? Any trips or anything?
Well, I'm debating. I mean, that's the only thing I can say is, you know, I want to do a few things, but I'm just kind of waiting to see how these other projects that I've been working on shake out. So I'm kind of in that limbo land before I make a decision on taking a trip. But it's thinking of doing it. Yeah, I'm thinking about a road trip and a tour, but that's kind of where I'm at right now, bud. But I was just going to say is that, you know, I was just getting into the, just moving over to my favorite spot. Well, if I can find it. I'm trying to find my DubLi screen hangout. Well, we're having a little delay here on our system here, folks.
Yeah, my family's overdue for a vacation, so, you know, I know we're going to do one Kansas trip is on the books. You know, that's pretty much going to happen. I think it's on Labor Day weekend. I think, yeah, you know, it's just really kind of unfolded a little bit, but you know, there's a couple other on the cutting board, so to speak. And I haven't had a chance to pass around all the members yet, but I've pinged it off a couple. You know, my kids are all in college, and so, you know, trying to figure out and coordinate, you know, who's going to be home when and who can go here, who can go there. But California's on the tops of the list. That's one place they've never been. So, Anyway, but go ahead. What do you got?
Well, I mean, they've got a little new thing. Well, the 6% more cash back for VIPs. You know, they got this new reward. Yep.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say is, there's your favorite Groupon at 8.5.
Yeah.
For anything in the summer, but I was looking. Oh, I missed my mall. Here we go. Shopping mall, folks, or travel. And I think we're going to try the travel tonight. And here we go. Priceline 8.4, Jet Setter 8%. You've mentioned Jet Setter in the past.
Yeah. There's a couple really good ones in there, and one of the times we've done the biggest cash back available. You know, we're going to probably change it this year and probably eliminate a few like cruises. I mean, cruises are one of the biggest cash back, but you got to spend a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But we'll probably eliminate that one. You know, yeah, there's some good hotels. You know, retreats.
Well, yeah. Here's the wildest thing is, I just see, you know, some moderately and modestly priced hotels just showed up, like Best Western and Motel 6.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing that those have joined in on the and Radisson. Here, folks, here's a great one you need to do. If you travel as much as we do, look at this, Mark. About airport parking, 32.5% for a free and a 38.5 for a VIP.
Here's the only problem with that. I mean, that's a really, really good deal. I've done that before. I've used it before.
Yeah.
But one of the only issue with that is you got to prepay it. Now you have to prepay it, and that's fine. That's understandable. But one of the things that you have to also check in there is pay. I think it's $2 extra to be able to change it, because you can prepay it right before you leave to the airport, then you're in good shape. But if you've got to prepay it 2 days in advance and then change your flight, you're kind of, you know, shit out of luck, so to speak. So, but they do have some, and there's a couple other ones in there too. But I think that's the one where there's parking at every single airport. So if you're going away for the summer on a summer vacation, I mean, that right alone there is, you know, 38, 40% cash back. You know, put it on a, you know, Discover, you're up to the 42%, you know, cash back already on your summer vacation parking at the airport. And if you're gone for a week, you know, or 10 days, I mean, you're looking at, you know, a couple $100 at least.
Yeah. And even their competitor, airport parking, they're at 13 and 19. You know, I mean, that's pretty impressive numbers when you're talking cash back, folks. I mean, that's savings coming directly as cash.
Look at that Atlantis over there. That's unreal. Look at you get 9% cash back or 8.6% cash back from Atlantis.
8.6 in Paradise Island in the Bahamas. That's great if you're going.
I took my family there, you know, pushing 20 years ago. Now it's probably 15 years ago. And we took a bunch of people. That trip, and this was 15 years ago, cost $12,000. And I put it all, I remember specifically, I put it all on a Visa card. One specific Visa card paid for everything. And I didn't get any cash back on it, but, you know, I would have got what, $860 back, you know, $860, you know, pushing $900, a little bit over $900 back on that one particular trip. Would have paid for a few Crown Waters.
I was going to say that could go right back to the dad reserve fund.
Or kids boogie board. They were much younger back then, but
I mean,
so, and that's a great place to take people to. I can't. That's a fabulous vacation. Atlantis,
Yeah.
Paradise Island. Oh yeah, casino, everything. It's really good.
And look at this, the Biltmore Hotel, 12.5%.
Huh.
That's amazing right there. I didn't, I didn't think they gave anything away at the Biltmore, but 6.5 for free, 12.5 for VIP.
This brings up a good point because, as I mentioned earlier, I've got to rent, if we do the California thing, then I got to rent a beach house or some local place for, the center of activity. I think I know where I want to do it. And it's not going to be cheap. And I absolutely should do it. But I'm pretty sure I could find the right place through these sources here. Cash back. I've already considered it, but I've got a few people looking for me. That I used to live out there, so I got a few people actually out there looking right now for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's just amazing things. You don't get a ton on flights unless you go through like Expedia, unless it's a tour package, but just your ordinary flights, they sometimes they don't go overboard on, but a lot of the rental car places like Dollar, if you're a VIP, 6.7.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, last minute cruises, 7.9%. I mean, there's just, it's really, I can spend a lot of time in the back here, in the shopping mall. And I tell you folks, I do, because it's just, you can find all kinds of deals. And, and I plan my future deals, purchases and such, just by going into the mall, and seeing who's there. I mean, Expedia hotels up to 7%, rental cars, 7%, Expedia.
I mean, FunJet Vacations right there is 7.9%. I mean, they're super low anyway. And, they got a little bit of reputation, but, they've been around a long time.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of
best consolidators out there.
Yeah, even Hampton Inns, Hilton's, Homewood Suites, Hertz. I mean, it just doesn't stop. I mean, Hawaiian Airlines, 1%. That's something,
Yeah, one of the things we've talked about with support, on the these hangouts, and it's interesting to see some of these new hotels and vacation places come on here, is that we might do this on Saturdays. You might do this opening up on our Tuesday night deals.
Okay.
But get into like the top 10 new, vendors in the mall.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a really good.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Hojo's, Howard Johnson, on hotels.com, 7.2. That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to take a trip, you're going to get out of town this summer, and then Orbitz, like I said, sometimes on flights, you don't get all that great of a cash back unless you do certain ones. But, you can still Marriott's, 8.4. So that's, here, MedJet. For if, God forbid, you have an accident and you need an air ambulance, that's huge. 15.8% on air ambulance. Trust me, that's huge.
They're a good insurance carrier to have. I mean, they're not very pricey either. To have that when you're traveling. I've done that before.
Yeah, I was going to say I carry that through International Life Flight.
Yeah.
And policy, and it's not that much, but it's sure worth it if you get in trouble, folks.
Scroll down to Priority Pass. What is that? What is that cashback for you? $10? Is that what that is?
It's $9.10. Yeah. Yeah, for either way, it doesn't matter if you're free or VIP.
It's interesting. Are you familiar with them at all?
Oh yeah, and when you get into all the lounges around the airports.
Yeah, you pay a flat fee and you get into all of them. And it's interesting. I'd have to look into that. That's actually a really good deal. But I'm curious if you don't have American Express Gold or Platinum card, which gets you in anyway. But Priority Pass will get you in like Emirates and all these foreign.
Yeah, the really nice. Yeah, the really nice lounges. Yeah. But I mean, look at everybody on here. Ramada, Sandals, even 8.6. SeaWorld. When you go to California, you can go to SeaWorld for 9.2.
Oh boy.
You know?
Oh boy.
I know it. Go feed the seals and sharks and whatever. But Ticket City 7%.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say it's always interesting to go back here and see it. Now, even Wyndham 7.8. So, wow.
Yeah, I'll be staying there. I'll be staying there, a few weeks.
Now,
All right, very
Virgin
good.
Atlantic gives you 1%, and they've got some nice flights. I mean, they have some nice equipment now.
Virgin Galactic, or is that space one?
This is Virgin. Yeah. If you could get 1% back on the space one, that would that'd be a good deal.
1% back on the trip to the moon or something that guy's planning. Branson's planning.
Yeah.
That'd be all right, Richard, appreciate it. And quite a bit of stuff there. I mean, the summer, we'll have another summer event or a special, but now's this time to really start thinking about it. And really is the intent of this hangout and start planning and getting the discounts now, and the cash back, so you can start planning, for stuff in the very near future. So
and I forgot to tell everybody to go to for summer stuff. I forgot about one of my favorites that I buy stuff at all the time, Camping World.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, Richard, thanks. Appreciate it. And with us again, we do these hangouts twice a week, this time period, 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, and then 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings for the questions and answer, which is when we'll be back. I would announce what the next week Tuesday night hangout's going to be, but I don't know what it is yet. So, but the website will be updated, and we'll get to it then. And we'll be back this Saturday, at 10 a.m. and talk about a few things, and hopefully begin to being able to announce and show everybody the DubLi back office and all the new products rolling out with DubLi. So again, Richard, thank you for your time tonight, sir, and thank you, viewers, for checking in with us. Stay safe wherever you are, and we'll be back 1 week from today on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We'll see you then. And thank you all. And one last thing, too, as Richard and I have done in the past, we encourage everyone to go to youtube.com or google.com and just type in DubLiHelp, and you get a list of all of our previous hangouts and topics there as well. So, again, thanks, Richard, and thank you, viewers, and we'll see you next time. Take care.